this is Amani, and welcome to my podcast, Chat2Amani, #BrainBabble. A little offshoot from our Ep1 Insta page, where I hope to document and share the highs and the lows and everything in between since my diagnosis of brain cancer. I think the first thing you all should know about me is that I've always been told that I can pretty much speak for England, so much so that I could literally sit and talk to a brick wall and pretty much entertain myself, which is very ironic considering I am now literally sat here talking to myself or a brick wall, but just being fancy and calling it a podcast, hoping that someone will listen to my babble other than my mum and dad to make this experience all a bit less awkward. So I guess the next question to tackle is, who is Amani? Bit deep, I know. Well, firstly, I'm a Muslim. I am the eldest of two little sisters who probably would never admit it, but are probably secretly glad that I'm not on their case as much anymore and bossing them around. I am the daughter of two incredible parents. My dad's Pakistani and my mum is actually an Essex girl, but not the only ways Essex type. She is a Reva and she's now an Insta mum. She runs the Chat2Amani page. My name is an Arabic name, so Amani means wishes and aspirations, and I've always loved my name, but it now means so much more to me because there are just so many wishes and aspirations that I have, and so many things that I want to do. So I guess the next thing would be to talk about all the things that I'm proud of, all the achievements and aspirations that I had before that I've actually achieved. So I've actually been to literally 8 million different schools, and I wish that was an exaggeration. I've been to Islamic school, I've been homeschooled, I've been to state school, private school, I've been to all-girls school, mixed schools. In fact, the only two places I stuck out the whole time I was meant to be there was college, which is 2 years, and uni, which is 3 years. But I did want to drop out. But I didn't, so that's really what counts. So I studied my law degree at the University of Leicester, and by some miracle managed to graduate with a first-class honours. Hold. Pause for applause.
Amani here.
That's my best friend!
All jokes aside, my graduation day will probably always be one of my most treasured memories, just to be surrounded by the people you love and just share that joy and just know that everyone is so proud of you and what you've achieved. But all the way since college, I'd actually been involved in a lot of voluntary work, specifically working with children with special needs, but also doing a lot of team leading and youth work, taking groups of children on kind of like summer retreats and that kind of thing. And kind of from early on, I knew that I didn't want to pursue a career in law, and but I didn't want it to go to waste. I kind of wanted to find a role that I could merge the two. So I applied to start a master's in social work. I was hoping that once I qualified, I could use my legal knowledge to help vulnerable people in society and to advocate for them. Just before I fell ill, I was actually probably halfway through my first year of my master's, and I was working in a community mental health team for older people. So I was actually classed as a key worker, and I was the only person leaving my house every day in the middle of the pandemic. At the moment, I'm unable to carry on with my studies, but I did really enjoy it whilst I was doing it, and I was so looking forward to the next stage of trying working with the youth and the younger generations to see how I found that, because I had never challenged myself or I'd never been in a situation where I had to work with older people. So it was something new and it was something different, and it was something that I was enjoying. So before I bore you all half to death with my babble, I've definitely droned on about myself enough now, so I thought I'd pass the mic on to some of my closest friends. I asked them to describe me, and surprisingly, even though I told them to be brutally honest, they were really nice. But I can promise there was no paid promo involved.
Prior to her diagnosis, she would spend time volunteering with Phobe, or whether it was volunteering over the summer with NCS. And now, her strength and ability to raise awareness for brain tumour research is a clear reflection of who she is and who she continues to be.
Amani is the ultimate social butterfly. You'll never meet someone who loves people more than Amani does. She is the queen of paragraphs, trash TV, and my favourite 5am Mackie's partner. My uni life would have been nothing without her, from her forcing us to every social event, to just singing in the flat and the Yaris, to hunting the Chaucer Street rat together. I loved every crazy memory and moment in her presence, and she's amazing.
I would describe Amani as a people's person. I've never met anyone who loves people quite as aggressively as she does. She just enjoys life. She is grateful for everyone that she has in her life. And that's pretty wonderful.
I remember once at university, I was having a bit of a bad day, and of all places, I was sat in a chicken shop, and I was just waiting for my food. And then out of nowhere, I remember Amani walking in with her two kid cousins, and they came in, and she came in because she noticed I was having a bad day, and she just wanted to cheer me up with the help of her cousins, and she did, to be fair. And I think it spoke to her, how thoughtful she is, and how her very presence really lightened up a room and cheered people up. If I had to sum up Amani in 3 words, it would be funny, compassionate, and severely lacking in geographical knowledge. I think that was about 6 or 7 words still, but it's important to be accurate.
Amani is an amazing agnion, which some people at uni will remember. An impeccable karaoke singer, cuddle buddy, and at 5'10", the best bodyguard Flight 33 could have hired. When the three of us finally met at uni, sparks were flying, not to be dramatic, but we were just meant to be. From brownies in bed to holding my hand on the ice rink so I don't fall, screaming out love songs till 6am, telling the best stories that have you on the edge of your seat, smothering Emmett in her room, arguing over crumbs on the kitchen counter and sharing graduation together. My uni experience would have been nothing if I didn't bump into you that day in SU. #BumIndy forever!
Words do justice to Amani's personality pre-diagnosis, but here's just a few. Amani was loving, caring, so full of life. She lit up every single room she walked into, and she really was so selfless. She always put everyone before herself and wanted to help people. But at the same time, she was the queen of sarcasm. She would always have a sarcastic, sassy comment to make, and everyone who knows Amani knows that she could talk. She was a chatterbox. You're never bored in her company.
I remember I started my first day at high school. I didn't have no friends. On the first day of school, the teacher made everyone walk around the room asking each other a set of 5 questions. What's your name? What's your favourite colour? And so on. Someone came up to me, probably because they realised I looked like a loner in the corner of the room sitting by myself. She asked my name. I told her Rahin. Then I realised I had to ask her questions too, so I asked hers. She told me Amani. From that day onwards, Amani's been one of my closest friends to me. If I had to describe her in 3 words, it would be thoughtful, definitely super intelligent, and altruistic.
A few words about my beautiful Amani, inside and out. She's so bubbly and she's so bright, sometimes for her own good. No matter how long we didn't see each other for, or we didn't talk to each other for, we would always pick up where we left off. And our chats are never ending. I love you, Amani. Mwah.
3 words to describe Amani, I'd say clever, well-mannered, child. So second cleverest person after myself, of course, so that's the clever part. Quite posh, especially when I first met her, and actually gifted me an etiquette book quite a while back, which I still have. So that's the well-mannered part. And of course, the third part is self-explanatory. She's a child. Take that as a compliment.
With Amani, you're either running for your life because our attempt at fireworks has gone horribly wrong, or we're enjoying the simpler and sweeter moments where we're lying down watching the LED star in space light show on our ceilings. No matter what the moment, whether it's the highs or the lows, Amani's the kind of person that you'd always want to be with no matter what, and she's the kind of friend that'll always be there for you.
I want to kind of explain some of my reasons behind trying to do this podcast. Part of me is hoping that it will be a therapy for me to kind of say from the horse's mouth, so to speak, my experiences and my daily struggles living with brain cancer. I kind of want to cover and document my journey in my own words, the highs and the lows, and I want it to be as raw as possible. And I feel like the only way to do that really is for me to sit down and talk about it. And I know no one's ever going to really be able to understand what me and my family go through, but I feel like there's power and strength in trying to convey the experience, because life can throw so many obstacles and challenges your way, and you never know what you're going to have to deal with. Maybe me talking about it, not only will it help me, but it might help other people too, and other families. I also thought it might be quite interesting to, address different kinds of topics and invite different people on and get their perspectives, because it's not a diagnosis that just affects one person. So talking to my siblings, my parents, my friends and other family members, and just covering, different things that affect us, because everyone has their own struggles and everyone has their own perspective, and it's important to highlight those. We also want to, not all the time talk about depressing things, cover other things, the highs and the lows, and other campaigns that we're getting involved in, the amazing people that we've met on our journey, and also how our perspectives have changed on different things. Well, I need a nap now after recording this, and I'm pretty sure all of you have already nodded off. But I just want to finish by saying everyone has their fight, so let's ready our armies and let the battle commence, because we're not going down without a fight. Like, comment, share and subscribe. I've always wanted to say that.